everybody. Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob, day 4. We're at the 70.3 World Championships, beautiful Taupo. My name is Bob Babbitt, brought to you by HOKA, Fly Humans Fly, Master Spas, SFuels, Right Fuel, Right Time, Deboer Wetsuits, Quintana, and of course, our Challenged Athletes Foundation, a 2024 Olympic silver medalist in triathlon, Julie Derron.
Pretty good pronunciation. Thank you, Bob. You've been
Swiss
practicing.
now. I
see
Swiss.
that.
Julie Derron. I
Thanks
love
for
that.
having me.
Always a pleasure. And I notice the Donon sisters. So how many sisters do we have here?
Well, I have 2 sisters, but none of them are here.
Right.
It's a long trip to New Zealand from Switzerland. It's the end of the year. They have their own business to go about. So I'm flying solo this time, but I know they'll be supporting from across the world.
And now, are they both age groupers? Or
no,
pros?
no,
they're all
they're pros. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So you have 3 pros from the same family.
We are pretty successful family, yeah. And my parents raced Ironman as well, so we definitely are a triathlon family.
You grew up with that?
Yeah, I did, for sure.
So, and did your parents go to Kona? No, Ironman?
No. They were really
local,
were amateur triathletes, but I think if you anyone that does an Ironman and finishes well, they're superhumans.
Yes. So you got into the Olympic format. Did your sisters race this style of race, the Olympic format as well?
Yeah, we grew up through the system of triathlon in Switzerland. So obviously when we were younger, we would all race the shorter distances. But especially my oldest sister, Nina, she soon found her niche in the middle distance long course. And then my middle sister, she was a very successful junior, but had some injury problems. And now she's a very successful lawyer. So I think triathlon is it's a good sport to teach you a lot of things for life. And you can get pretty far with this sport.
So this year, when I look at you, 70.3 Switzerland, win. Challenge Walsh, win. Second at Ibiza, second at Lake Las Vegas, second in Dubai as part of the T100. What place did you end up finishing in the T100?
I finished 3rd overall.
3rd overall, which was a lot of money.
It was, I only, as you pointed out, I raced 3 races, and overall 4 would count towards the overall tally. So to finish on the podium with only 3 races counting, I'm really proud of that.
$90,000.
Yeah, it's finally triathlon is paying me back.
I was going to say.
When growing up, you invest so much in the sport. So to be now this successful, to also put some money aside is really nice.
So for next year, since obviously you're successful both at 70.3 and Challenge and T100, how do you balance that for next year and decide what you want to do?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, and then, Olympic distance isn't too bad for me either.
So will you try to go to LA? We'll see.
We'll see, yeah. For me, it's really about this weekend finishing this amazing season on a high, then have a bit of a reset, then start planning the next year or the next couple of years.
Right.
But I keep saying I'll be still doing triathlon in 4 years, whatever distance that may be. I'll still be in the sports for sure, and I hope to have another successful 4 years.
So, and you've already done your first ever Ironman back in 2022, Ironman Italy, got 2nd place there. So obviously the long distance is there. That's another option as well.
Yeah, growing up, I was watching the Ironman in Kona. I watched my parents do Ironman. Then I saw my sisters getting into the long course. And then my race in Italy, it was a bit of a last-minute decision. For myself in 2022, the races didn't really count yet for my selection towards the Olympic Games. Just based on how the selection policy was made from my federation, and I wasn't too happy about it, and so I told my coach, I might as well do an Ironman if it doesn't count.
What the hell?
And I've learned not to joke with Brett anymore because he takes seriously what I say, and he was like, you said you want to do an Ironman, why don't we do that? And so I ended up doing my first Ironman. It was tough for sure, and I was definitely underprepared, but as weird as it sounds, it was a really enjoyable day as well, and you feel so accomplished finishing an Ironman. So I'm definitely gonna be doing one sooner or later, I guess.
Well, it's funny because I remember Brett Chrissy Wellington, when she went to him, it was for the Olympics. I want to get better at the Olympics. He's like, no, you're a diesel. You're going long. Daniela, right? Had gone to 2 Olympic Games and finished 7th. I want to do better at the Olympics. He's like, no, I see something here. And he actually, I think their deal was she wanted to do Ironman Switzerland, the Olympic distance. He wanted her to do the full, and their compromise, she'd do both. Right, and she won both.
Exactly. Yeah, Brett has a way of knowing what races to put his athletes into, and for me, actually, after I missed out on the 2021 Olympics, he told me to go long course.
Right.
And we had a few discussions, and I told him no, this Olympic dream is still living inside of me, and I want to give it another shot. And I think I convinced him that I could be successful at it, and it played out perfectly this year, and now I have full trust in him that he will get me through the next years of my career.
So when you go to the Olympics, and the last time we chatted, you're leading the run. There's 4 women, you and 3 others, and in your mind you're thinking, oh good, I'll get 4th place, right? And when did you change and realize, oh wait a second, I'm leading right now. Why am I thinking I'm going to get 4th? Why can't I get gold medal?
Yeah, I think a lot goes on in the mind during racing, and obviously in that moment running at the front of the Olympics with these 3 other amazing athletes that have beaten me in the previous races. I was aware of that, and in that moment I had just one thought, I'm going to get 4th. And then immediately I was quite strict with myself and told myself, no, don't think like that. The race is raced
right
and
here.
finished at the finish line, and you give it your all to get a medal, and that's what I did.
And you got the silver.
Exactly.
Got the silver. So how did your life change when you get a silver medal? Or did it?
I get asked about it a lot. I think it changed a lot, but in the end, I'm still the same person.
You're still Julie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still Julie, and I'm still doing triathlon. I'm still enjoying what I do, but I got a lot more opportunities to meet people, to do races, to go to events, to also maybe have a platform, and just to show that triathlon is such a great sport, and to also get a bit more publicity to the sport in Switzerland. I think the Olympics always show that people are interested in our sport, and that's just really great.
And has the fact that Daniela Ryf works with the same coach, the fact that she's now retired, did she reach out at all and talk to you about, okay, next year is actually a woman will be racing in Kona this next year from now, so that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, we haven't talked to each other about next year, but she sent me a really nice note after my race in Paris, telling me that she saw me in training and that she thought I could be capable of winning a medal, which was really nice for her. Also, I mean, we didn't train that much together, but we trained alongside each other in the same training squad, and I think we see how much every other athlete works in our group, and to get that recognition from her obviously is amazing.
It's pretty special.
Yeah.
But is that a goal for this next year, or is it too early in terms of?
I think it depends on how what other opportunities are gonna be open to me next year, and then it requires a lot of planning. I mean, at the moment, us professional triathletes, we're spoiled for choice. There's so much racing.
So much good opportunities.
So many opportunities.
Best time to be a pro ever.
And that's really nice because it levels it increases the level of the sport. It gets more professional.
Yes.
I hope that more professionals are also coming into the sport and able to race, able to make a living from racing triathlon. And so it's gonna, I think the decision about whether I do an Ironman next year or not is gonna happen soon, but only after this race this
Exactly.
weekend.
This is the one that matters right now.
Exactly.
And you've got Taylor Knibb, who you've raced a few times, and obviously there's a lot of other great women, Ashley Gentle and Paula Findlay. There's so many great women who are racing here, but I think you like that.
Yeah, I think it makes the racing interesting. I like when there's it's a race. You're not by yourself out there doing a 70.3, but you're actually racing against other people, and that brings out the best in all of us. And I think we're nearly 60 women on the start
I
line,
know.
which is nothing new for me, which
I was
is
gonna
nice.
say,
I'm racing
right.
ITU, so I'm sort of used to a packed start list, and it's going to be really exciting. I think there's a lot of really great women on the start line, and we'll give it our all on race day.
A lot of times at the Olympic format, it's sort of cookie cutter. You're riding around in circles, but the 70.3s races have character to them. This race has some character to it.
Yeah, I heard a lot about this unique and historic race, and everyone's been telling me how beautiful it is. And coming here, my first time in New Zealand, I arrived and I was like, wow, it really is stunning. It also reminds me a little bit of Switzerland, which makes me feel at home right away. And I was out on the course already a little bit, and it looks, the roads are tough.
Like, the roads are, I know, that chip and seals.
That's going to be taking quite a bit out of our legs, and I think it's going to be an interesting course for sure.
I love it. Well, best of luck this weekend. It'll be fun to watch you race, and obviously every time you race,
I get second.
You get first or second. And there I see 1/3 at Clash Daytona back in 2022. But yeah,
I do my best.
You do your best, and I don't think I see anything where you're off the podium. So have a great race.
Thank you very much.
Julie Derron has been our guest. Again, Breakfast with Bob, 7.3 World Championships. Hold on. We'll be right back.